Sometimes you have to go back the way you came. You know, I am a normal human, like anybody else. I go through my ups and downs and my periods of high activity and low activity and all that. And while I've been pushing through the last few years, getting things done because they were of interest and whatnot, I haven't had any strong driving forces for more than a very short amount of time at any given time, and nothing has stimulated me the way I've been stimulated recently. And I don't know, I noticed it after I got back from my vacation with my wife for our 10-year anniversary, and everything seems just a little more purposeful now. The pieces seem to be clicking together better now. And it's not that life has been perfect and super happy or anything like that. I mean, work has been a rank nightmare. But the last 3 weeks have been not just times of inspiration, but it's like all the pieces of the last 31 years of my life have been coming together, and they're clicking and locking into place. And I tell you, one of the things that has helped me a lot with that is, well, it's a little bit of nostalgia. You see, sometimes you forget where you were going, or you didn't forget where you were going, but you just thought that if you took this other path that you'd get there faster, or that you'd get to a better place than where you thought you were supposed to be going. That's just why I say that you sometimes have to go back to where you came from. And it's an interesting idea. It really is, because reliving ideas from not only my martial arts past, but my past in general, just going back in time, rewinding the clock a little bit, and thinking about where I've been and what I've done, and reliving some of that, practicing a little bit of that thinking and studying some of that, reflecting on it, has really given me just a refreshed perspective on it. And the problem is now I'm almost overstimulated with all the information that I'm bringing in, because all these ideas that have been sitting around waiting for the right moment due to whatever lack of motivation to use them before was, all these pieces, all this data is coming together, and I'm finding well, there's a gap here, so let me go do the research. And then there's a gap here, so let me go do the research. And as I'm picking things apart and pulling them apart and putting them back together, it's like, it's like my brain doesn't want to stop working. And it's fun, it's unique, it's interesting, and I feel that a lot of good is going to come from it, because it's building towards something that I think you're going to benefit from a lot. But more than that, more than anything, you have to understand that I'm on this journey as much for self-actualization, self-realization, as I am for connecting with you. You see, I have to connect with me first. And it feels like part of me has given up me in the past in pursuit of whatever else there was. But in the past 3 weeks, I feel like I've reconnected with me, who I am, who my life has led me to be, my training, my thought processes, my philosophies, my ideas, my journey has led me to be there. I mean, due to causality, literally there is no other possible outcome than what you see before you. I am the product of all of my life's experiences and the molecular experiences prior to my life. And the same is true of you. And I want you to understand that sometimes, while you may not be able to force it, you may not be able to do it upon command, sometimes you have to just rewind the clock a little bit and remember who you were to progress towards not only who you are, but who you will be, and understanding that who you will be is who you are. But you know, I'm just rambling at this point. I just want you to understand how important the examined life is, how important it is to understand and express and reflect. You know, it's the yin and yang, it's the inward, it's the outward. Expression and reflection are both equally important. Analysis is very important, as well as just feeling. You know, it's all there. And I really urge you, step back in time. The things you thought you perhaps outgrew, the things that you left behind because of something else or whatever, think about them, reflect on them. Go back to the old feelings of how you felt. And obviously not everything is going to be there. I wasn't greatly impacted by the television show Dino Saucers. It just wasn't a big impact on my life. It's not something I need to reflect upon. But sometimes I sit there and remember how it made me feel to watch He-Man, how it made me feel to play act as He-Man, and realize that I've gotten away from my expression of He-Man. To realize that I've gotten away from my expression of Lion-O, of Goku, of Batman, of whoever I aspired to be like when I was little, before I knew that I could only be me. So my invitation for you is to reflect a bit on your past, but reflect on the moments that made you feel powerful. Reflect on the moments that made you feel strong and capable of anything. For the moment, don't reflect on the bad stuff. Don't reflect on the negative things. They also have shaped you, and you are who you are in part because of them. But don't focus on them for now. Focus on the things that made you strong, that made you hopeful, that made you believe you could do anything. Rewind the clock. Go back to where you came from and start forward again. I will talk to you later. Good journey.